Hey yo, what's going on everybody? It's Tylarious aka Ty Killington. Yeah, man. Alright, got an awesome video for you guys today talking about my top 5 wish list for DLC. Top 5 DLC ideas and content. Yeah, man. Alright, so as you know, we got no DLCs planned right now. So Rockstar, if you're listening, maybe you could throw a couple of these in your next round. First up, and these are in no particular order, Benny's Part 2 DLC. I love the Benny's whole entire concept, the idea, the amount of customization you have with those cars is amazing. And there are a good amount of cars. There's a decent amount that you can pick from. But I mean, we have probably what, like 400 vehicles in GTA 5 online. And I think that you could at least add like 50 vehicles easy into this, into a part 2, and you could branch this out. You could have like a Benny's part 2 and then a Benny's part 3 even, and you could really have a lot of content. And you know, Rockstar, this would be great for them to sell, you know, shark cards. Kids would love to be able to get these vehicles. There's so many more lowriders you could put in, the peyote, the manana. I mean, so many different vehicles, different variations of other cars as well that you could bring in here, and you could have a lot of fun. So that's a little bit on how that would work. You know, what are some other ideas though? What are some other ways to possibly get this going? You could also blend this in to other DLCs as well and have this brought out. You could have Benny's, you know, Benny kind of being like, you know, just like how the Lamar missions kind of came out or whatever, something similar to that where you're doing missions for Benny and getting things done or whatever, and that's how you can actually make money off this DLC. And listen, with this top 5 DLC, you know, kind of like ideas and concepts and how they would work, you don't necessarily have to make money off of these. Could just be some DLC ideas that you could actually just have fun with in the game, and we'll talk more about that a little bit later. But I mean, you know, we've already seen a lot of cool advancements that they had, especially with the F1 vehicles and things like that. Why not bring in some more with Benny's, okay? Number 2, the Mansions DLC. So previously, I didn't really know how this could work. You know, I'm thinking as a money grinder, how do you make money off of this and stuff like that. So how would Mansions or a Mansions DLC work in GTA 5 Online? The more I did some research, the more I looked around, you know, a few things came to me. One, this is a DLC you don't have to make money on, right? It could just be something that you flex, you spend your hard-earned millions and millions off of robbing the casino and things like that. But, you know, it could just be that you have a really cool property, 20 more vehicle, you know, car garage or whatever. But I was thinking you can make some money off of this. You could. There could be a real estate aspect to this. There could be, you know, where you defend your property. There could be something to where, like, you know, maybe you attack other players, you know, properties that are in the lobby, and if you can successfully get in, you get money. Kind of like the piracy prevention on the yacht. Maybe it wouldn't make a bunch of money. Maybe you could, you know, spring some heist out of your actual mansions. But, you know, that could be a way where you make money out of this. But again, this could just be a flex DLC, a baller DLC, where you just buy a really sick mansion. And at first I was like, there's not that many mansions in the game. I got looking around, and there are plenty to choose from. There are more mansions than some of the DLCs gave us business locations. So you could definitely have that as a possibility. Now, some of the mansions you guys probably recognize where you've delivered cars for import-export or done missions or whatever. That may be an issue. I could see that possibly being an issue where people are trying to deliver a car and you're in your robe and you're driving like, hey, what's going on here? What are you guys doing? You know? So, but I'm sure Rockstar could figure something out with that. But like I said, after doing more research with this and kind of just playing around and checking out different locations, I think this would be a really cool addition. You know, it could be, again, just something that we waste money on, like the yacht or a gold jet. But I'm okay with that. Once you get to a certain level in GTA 5 Online, you have hundreds of millions of dollars you've legitimately grinded. You deserve and you have the right to flex and spend some money. So this could be a land version of the yacht where maybe you just make, you know, a small amount of money, but you just have an awesome, really cool, you know, landmark on the actual city that you can go to and chill. You can have some parties and stuff like that. I mean, look at this. I found me a nice little diving board. I mean, this is sick. Come on. For real, that's got to be at least a 9.5 for a dive right there. That's awesome. I love it. I actually spent like 10 minutes over here just jumping on and off that diving board, trying to like do different tricks. It was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, this is some really cool stuff right here. And as you see, I'm going through different locations. There are a ton of mansions in this game. So you could easily have a very good wide selection, and this could be something that Rockstar puts a big price on to, kind of justify shark cards. Stop. There's no justifying that. Let me retract that. To just, I guess sell shark cards. I have to think from Rockstar's point of view as well. I have to think that way too. So that's, this is how these would work, okay? So people be buying shark cards and stuff like that to take care of this and buy these. These mansions could be the price of a yacht, $10 million, $15 million. So that would be really cool. There'd be something to strive for, and that would be sick. And you could have a lot of fun with these. I mean, there's a lot of, think about having the parties that you have. One more time off the diving board. Hold on. He approaches the diving board. Everyone silent and splash. Ah, yes, the crowd goes wild. Anyways, but yeah, so, think about the parties that you throw at your penthouse, stuff like that. All that can be brought in. Maybe you could have a way to monitor your businesses. It wouldn't have to be inside of your arcade. Maybe you could launch heists from your mansion. Maybe this could be a safe zone, right, where you could have car shows and stuff like that. You could park them in your driveway, your backyard. People couldn't like bomb you or whatever. Dive bomb you or orbital strike you or whatever. It could be like a safe zone. That would be some really cool features that you could have with the mansion that would justify spending, a whole bunch of money on them. And that would be something really cool. And like I said, the more and more I get into this, I'm kind of, really excited. That would be something really fun to have. I think a Mansions DLC would be easy for Rockstar. All these locations, seem to have some sort of an interior. So that would be easy to get that knocked out. Imagine how cool it would be to buy Michael's mansion in the game. That would be really, really cool. Just fly around. You can, kind of just do some window shopping and pick your own new mansion. Number 3, a naval DLC. I don't know why Rockstar hasn't already come up with this. Maybe they're just waiting because Rockstar has the whole Smuggler's Run vibe, right? You had gun running, which was on the land. Gun running is the bunker. All the military stuff came in with that. Then you had the hangar business, which is, basically the whole air, land, air, and then the sea would be naval. And I've talked about this before. I've made a video similar to this, a long time ago. Talking about a DLC, I think before or right when the Doomsday Heist came out. I think this would be a great idea to have. The yacht would be your starting point. That would be your paywall. We all know how Rockstar loves paywalls, right? So first you have to have a yacht, and then you could convert the yacht into like a small destroyer or some kind of like battleship, and you have military choppers. Imagine getting like the Akula for free. Because if you buy the yacht, you get free choppers, you get a couple of free boats. Imagine getting like, a new submarine that's free that they drop out with the DLC. You have like a whole entire, command structure. You have living quarters in here. You could shoot guns from this. You could launch torpedoes. And you could have a whole huge DLC around this where you're smuggling contraband over the open seas. You're a pirate. You're robbing other ships. I mean, you could have heists from this. Everything. I think a naval DLC is overdue. I think they could do a lot with this. I mean, you have a bridge right here. And as of right now, a lot of people consider the yacht a waste. I see the yacht as, just like the gold jet or the gold chopper. It's a standard. It's, signifying that you've made it. And, because it doesn't make you that much money back. It's just a baller and flex move. Now you could actually use it as a business and make some money off of it. And it could be a really cool feature because one of the biggest things that we have in GTA Online is the ocean. And we don't even really use it. There's a few cell missions that go over the water, but that's it. So you could have a lot of fun with that. Number 4, heists. Yes, more heists. If anybody knows me, they know I love heists. Gimme, more. And I think that I have found a great way to make this work to where we could have some new heists and a few things that we could actually have some fun with. First one being, we could, why can't we rob the train in GTA 5 Online? YouTubers have made their whole entire GTA YouTube career of trying to stop the train. What if we have a heist where we rob the train and we're able to stop the train? That would be some poetic justice. That would be some serious cool stuff right there. That would be great content. It'd be a really cool way if Rockstar's bringing GTA 5 Online to an end. Whoopsie. If that would be a really cool way to kind of, wrap up the whole heist part with that a DLC where we can, rob the train and do something along that line. The setups would be awesome. You got to like, I don't know, steal a car or get into like a train car or something like that. steal choppers to be able to, like, use choppers to land. That could be an approach. There's so many cool different variants and ways that we could be able to kind of make this work and make it to where you could rob the train in GTA 5 Online, blow up the tracks or something like that, hijack it, save the day, and make a good payout. And wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if we could finally have some heists that you could do solo? Maybe they drop the pay down. I'd be okay with that, just to be able to get it to where you could do these solo and not have to worry about having crew to help out and randoms and stuff like that. You could just knock it out. A second really cool target, which I am so surprised we haven't really had much more interaction with, is the military base. That would be a sick heist. Imagine infiltrating the military base and robbing it, stealing whatever. Think like the casino DLC heist where you have multiple approaches, right? You have silent and sneaky, you have the big con, and you have aggressive. Could you imagine going in aggressive on this? And think, aggressive is probably the least favorite of people on the casino heist. What if Rockstar switches up, and if you do aggressive on the military base, you get paid way, way more? You don't lose money every time you get shot. Just getting out is going to be the payday. Maybe you steal a laser or some big military jet or some plans or a nuclear device or whatever. I don't know. And you get that. That's the higher pay right there, because you got to shoot it out with the military in the military base. That would be epic. Because let's be honest, I love the silent sneaky approach. I love the big con, but it is kind of boring. The silent sneaky is a little bit more action because you get to shoot some people. But the aggressive, in my opinion, is a lot of fun because it's a shootout, man. You know exactly what you're getting into. You know what I mean? You're just shooting out with all the bad guys, and that would be sick. That would be so much fun in the military base. You're having to shoot down planes and stuff like that. It'd be a whole totally cool standalone heist. That would be awesome. And as you see, there are interiors. You've got NPCs that are in these towers checking stuff out. So this is definitely workable. It's doable. I think that would be something really cool to experience with the military base. I mean, having to fight it out with tanks. Maybe setup mission is stealing a tank or something, or getting the uniforms, the weapons, all that stuff would be so cool. And could you imagine doing this solo and completing it and getting that knocked out? That would be epic. That'd be a lot of fun. And I think that they could really have something with this, and it would be, I just don't understand why they haven't made more use of the military base. Yeah, you got some hangars out there, but the hangar business, a lot of people don't like the hangar business. So it doesn't really get used that much. I have a hangar in here just so I can fly over the base and not get in trouble and not get the cops on me in the wanted level, because it's a pretty large amount of real estate to have to duck out of the way of every time you fly over here. The last thing you want to have, is rockets and planes shooting you down as you fly over this thing right here. But I think it could be a lot of fun. I think there's a lot of potential with the military base. I think it's something that Rockstar's kind of missed out on. So that would be really cool. A third option for a heist would be to rob the bank of all banks, the Maze Bank. I think that would be epic. That would be a really cool way to top it off. We've already robbed the PAX Standard, and maybe not the Maze Bank. Think about all the banks that are around the whole entire map. Now, you may remember from doing client jobs that there are other banks that do get robbed. NPCs rob them. You get over there and then you rob the robbers. Maybe we don't just rob the Maze Bank. Maybe there's a whole bunch of little banks around the map that we can rob, solo heists that we can get, maybe 100, 200,000 for. That would be cool. Maybe robbing those smaller banks is the setups for robbing the Maze Bank. That's how that could work. I mean, there's plenty of entrance locations in the Maze Bank complex, this whole block right here. You've got, underground locations, all that stuff you can have access. You've got offices in there. So, we know there's workable spaces in there. That could definitely happen. That could be done. And this could be an epic, the criminal mastermind would be sick with this. That would be really, really cool. I would love to see that. Number 5, Tuners and Outlaws. People have been wanting a Tuners and Outlaws DLC since GTA 5 Online kind of made way and came out a long time ago, 7 years ago, right? So this is one of the DLCs that you could kind of have an expansion on, right? Maybe it could be a import-export part 2. That would be really cool. Maybe it's its own standalone thing where you're racing for pink slips, or you're just kind of, we've already got situations like that in the game. You could do an impromptu race with total strangers. All you get's like $500 though. Wouldn't that be cool if they could make it to where they did, impromptu races or drag racing or something like that, and instead of $500, you make 50,000, you make 100 grand, right? That would be something really cool. Then you'd have to, play with money that you make. I get the whole gambling thing or whatever, something like that, but maybe there could be a different type of currency. Like I said, the pink slips, where you go steal cars in the game. Those cars are of value, and you bank those cars. Say you steal 10 cars, they're worth 100 grand, and now you can go race for the pink slips of those cars, and if you lose that inventory. It goes to the other player, something like that. I don't know, maybe along those lines. I think that would be really cool, and that's how they can kind of get away from the whole gambling thing where you're buying shark cards and losing your money. Maybe you could team up and kind of like think Fast and the Furious, where you're robbing semi-trucks full of contraband, and then at a later time you sell the contraband as like a passive income. But the vehicles that you have are new, cool, tuner and riced out vehicles, stuff like that. Awesome muscle cars and things. That would be sick. So a notable mention, I talked about this on my broadcast the other day. I would love some sort of like a sports DLC. We've got so many cool athletic spots around the map: basketball courts, baseball fields, soccer fields. There's so many cool different things that we could have. Now, you can have some fun with the BMX bikes on the half pipes. Those are a blast. Why can't we make money from this? Why can't this be some kind of DLC that we have that's centered around, it doesn't have to be something that you make a lot of money. It's something cool to get people, active and doing some cool tricks. Maybe why can't we get extra RP for cool stunts and maybe make some money off of it, have some sort of competitions. I mean, there is a college, a university in the game with a whole entire track and field kind of set up. Why can't we have some kind of cool, competition and versus against other players to be able to race, the fastest, in the land of GTA or whatever, dumb, cool stuff like that. I think that would be awesome. That's a cool little notable mention that I have. There's tons of ideas. Let me know in the comments down below. What ideas do you guys have for DLC concepts? The construction buildings getting finished, all that kind of stuff. That's really cool to think about that. What kind of vehicles would you like to see in the Benny's Part 2? What kind of heist would you like to see? This is really cool stuff. If you guys enjoyed the video, definitely subscribe, turn on notifications, ring that bell, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for coming out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for the illest and realest content in the game. Make sure you smash that like button. And you guys stay dangerous, right? We'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Yeah.